Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, happy to be with you. And, Charles, we've got two teams who know each other extremely well. These division games, they tend to be battles.
People scout like crazy in this league, but no one scouts more than within the division. Because if you win your division, you're automatically in the playoffs. That puts extra emphasis on these games, and they can't wait to get at each other.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And able to haul it in is Kittle. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
22 yards there, a 1st down. On 1st down, Rodgers. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
27 yards there, a 1st down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it? Not only was the call spot on, how about...
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
So the next time we're walking out in the hall and you're like, how come we spend so much time talking about special teams?
Here you go. This is why.
This is why, right? And look, I'm right there with you. We hear it every time we meet with coaches, but it is a big part of it. And look at how early in the game this occurs. They block a kick, and not only does it set a tone, it sends a message for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so much for our first points of the game. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
To throw is Elway. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 yards as they get to reset the sticks.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw is Rodgers. Caught left side by Hilton. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short and shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now on 2nd and 13, Rodgers. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 16 yards of first down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the with a sack on a well-timed corner blitz.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Cardinals are in for 6. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion.
Odell Beckham Jr. past the 20. Touchdown, LA. Odell Beckham, 75 yards. Extra point away from tying up this football game. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. Now a hit and a loose football. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. Over at the 30-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On second down, Elway. Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit. But only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he'll get nothing out of that one. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down. And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On second down, here's Barkley. Try to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner.
That was an example of excellent defense there. They stuffed him. So now he brings up a 3rd down situation. If I'm calling plays here, I make sure I put it in the hands of my quarterback and get it to a receiver real fast. I'm not running the ball here.
At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
There he goes, Amari Cooper. Touchdown, Cardinals. Amari Cooper with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cardinals have retaken the lead. Lutz with the extra 14-10. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken very short. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They fake the give. Now Elway. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half.
And he will go down outside of the... Could not. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time. Here's Rodgers. Now he's going to let it go deep. He's got a man complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. This one taken from the 7. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh. Pilot, 64, reach. Check 3.
The third quarter starts with a run by Gurley. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now it's Elway, eluding the pressure right. He'll let it go deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And before he reaches the 34. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 21-yard line.
58! Hey, pick your game up!
Rodgers now on first down. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Looking again that time for Amari Cooper. And that'll bring up second down. To throw again. Rodgers trying for Cooper again. This time he finds him. It's a first down on a gain of 10. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him? Double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. A give to Barkley out of the gun. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Avery Williamson there to make the stop. On second down, here's Rodgers. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down. Now Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Holt. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
Brings up fourth down.
They missed a field goal earlier, so possibly as a result, that's why they're going to try to go for it here on fourth down. Now Rodgers. And he's got his man Hilton. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on fourth down. Here's Rodgers to throw. Complete to Hilton. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. Rodgers now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's first and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And I think the ball's out, and this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or 2 there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this third quarter. To throw again on second down, Rodgers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley, and it's 3rd and 4.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on fourth down. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. Solid footwork, but not able to get a whole lot. Brought down shy of the 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Again, they run with Gurley. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. Here's Elway. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. They're shoving his way inside the 35. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Holt. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there at 22. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Throwing is Rodgers. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Cardinals will extend their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Ready. 60 yards. I'm going to come back to you.
On 1st and 10, Elway. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool him and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. Elway, flush to his right. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. Point after, up and good. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 23-yard
line.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Watch twins. Watch twins. Go to 50. Hey, you want to
On 1st down, Rodgers. Looking deep for Hilton. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. T.Y. Hilton. 77 yards. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
Let's go now. 10 Lobo. Rock it. Rap. Switch. Big grip.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And now this pass brought in by Brown. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. That's just his second catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game. They've done a great job of doing that.
This pass into the hands of the running back, Todd Gurley. It's a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up. The Rams on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Again, it's Elway. He finds Beckham complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Well, they go with a slant that time, 15 yards at a first down. Escaping the pressure right. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but it must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again, but now it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. He can run for it, and he will. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, yes.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Darius Slay with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up. Inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. On first down, Elway. He's got it. And he'll get into the end zone. A 20-yard touchdown. And thanks to the interception, the Rams offense cashes in for 6. A big play coming now for the Rams as they'll go for 2.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Here we go, here we go.
Big grip,
Throwing now is Elway. And that one is caught. So they convert here and don't look now, but this one's back to a one-score game. So with 13 on the clock, it's time for an onside kick.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
319. 54. Line 54. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now. Shift.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Down to a knee. Here's the Cardinals look to let the clock roll. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. But he will not be able to bring it back. A decision that could get a quarterback released before he gets back to the locker room. But fortunately for him and his crew, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.